Hey, welcome back to Deep Dark Yoga. I have a super quick practice for you today because sometimes you just don't have enough time to put in a long practice. I've been working too much this week, so I'm sorry that this video is late, but I wanted to get something in. Sometimes you only have like 15-20 minutes. That's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna keep it super chill. These are some really basic postures that are really good for helping with low back stiffness, just kind of loosening up your body and also helping you to relax. So maybe you're just like feeling a little bit of a stiff back and you want to watch some TV and do something good for yourself. Great poses to use while doing that. Maybe you get home from a show and you need to go to sleep, but you can't go to sleep because you're super jazzed up. Then these are also some really good things to do just to ease your body. So we're gonna spend the whole time laying on the ground. Before you get down there with me, make sure you hit like and subscribe because I hate having to tell you to do it because it seems really silly, but if you don't do it, then you don't get these videos and that would suck. So go ahead and like and subscribe. Make sure to leave me a comment and let me know if you found this stuff to be enjoyable. And we're just gonna get right into it today. So go ahead and lay down. So start stepping your feet a little bit wider than your hips. Let your knees fall against each other and take a hand to your belly and a hand to your heart so you can feel your heartbeat and your breath. Just taking a moment to notice these. And then I'm going to take your knees and pull them into your chest. Give yourself a little hug and start to rock around a little bit, shifting side to side. And we'll take your hands to your knees and move them in opposite circles a few times. Change the direction of those circles. And then you'll keep holding on to the right leg, let the left leg extend out, just let it drop onto the floor. Make some circles with your right toes, moving your ankle bones and your foot bones around. You might hear a little snap, crackle, and pop as you do that, and then let both of your legs, in fact, shake a little bit with your feet, and then let the legs relax. And don't put too much effort into this. You don't need to drag the knee into your chest and squeeze and make things uncomfortable. Just hold it as close as it'll get. Let out another exhale. And then take your right knee across your body. And then with your palm facing up, stretch the right arm out to the right so that you've got a twist. And if you want to get a little bit more chest opening, if your shoulders have been feeling tight, keep your fingertips spread out. And just stay for a couple of breaths. One more exhale. And then come back to the center. You're going to set the right foot down and then drop the right knee out to the right side. So just get a little bit of inner thigh release. Your knee might not go all the way down. It doesn't need to. Just let out another exhale. And we'll take that leg back in, draw your left leg in, let the right leg go out, and so you do some toe circles. Wiggle and move the foot and the ankle bones around. And then shake out any stiffness and let things relax. So you got a little foot circle in, gently draw the knee in. Let out one more exhale. And then
pull your left knee over to the right side. Take your left arm and stretch it out to the left. Now, if you're feeling a little tender, you can let the arm be bent and you won't have as much sensation. But if you want to get the chest a little more open, just spread the fingertips out on that left arm and reach them out to the left. Finding your exhales, maybe softening a bit more with your exhales. Give one more exhale. And come back to your back. Set the left foot down and let the left knee drop out to the left. And just try to relax and let gravity do the work for you. You brought the leg in, did some foot circles, you let the leg rest, you crossed it over, and then you opened it up. And then we'll go ahead and close things back in. Bring the feet onto your mat. And take your right ankle onto your left knee. And sometimes this feels really stiff to work beyond. So if you're feeling really stiff, you can just press the right thigh forward, and that's plenty. But you might take the right arm in between the legs and hold on to your left leg. And what I notice a lot is that when this is really tense, sometimes like the head is lifted and the shoulders are lifted, and you can see what's going on in my head and my neck and my face. It just doesn't look great. So if that's the case, you can grab a block or just grab something to support your head, and then it takes a lot of that tension away. So there's just no sense in making some things tense in order to relax the other thing. Just moving the tension around, moving the gunk around. So you can let out another exhale. And then you're going to keep your right ankle on your knee and set the left foot down. Now this one's pretty intense, so you just go as far as you can. We'll take just a couple of breaths. You're going to drop the legs over to the left. And just breathe. You're going to feel some really deep sensation inside of your right cheek. The one not on your face. Let the breath out. And then come back to the center and we'll go to the other side. So left ankle onto the right knee, and you might just press the thigh forward. And you might feel a lot of work in your hip. Maybe you don't feel a lot of work. Move the block. You might hold on to the right leg. And man, it is definitely, like, my body's very comfortable letting the head rest on the floor like this, but I definitely noticed it was a little bit more comfortable having that block. So even if you're not sure that you need it, maybe check that out. You might like it. You know, you can grab anything to put it behind your head, whatever you got. One more breath out. And then keeping your left ankle on your right knee, put the right foot down and then drop the legs over towards the right. Just take a moment to absorb the sensations that come up, let it happen, allow things to relax if they felt tight at first. One more exhale. And you're going to unwind the legs, bring both feet down onto the floor, and then step your feet a little bit wider than your hips. So they're just a little more open, and your legs are going to stay separate through this. Take your arms and stretch them back. Now if it feels kind of tender, you can let the arms open up. If you like, you can hold opposite elbows above your head. I like that. And then you'll let both of your knees go over towards the right side, and we're going to feel this stretch on the front of the left thigh here. Your left hip is probably lifted, your left knee is probably not on the ground, but you're feeling a big opening in the front of the leg. Let out another exhale. And move to the other side. So keeping the legs separate, keeping the feet where they are, the knees go to the left. You might check in and see if you can relax your shoulders. Sometimes they get tense even when we didn't think they snuck that in there. Let out, one more exhale. And then come back to the center. You're gonna bring your feet back to about hip width and then take your arms down by your sides. And we're gonna do a couple of bridge poses. And maybe you're not feeling like putting a really big back bend in, and that is great. This is just a quick little series of poses. Don't worry about a big back bend. But we wanna engage some of this core area, just to help protect your back and keep it strong so that we can keep avoiding some of that tension you might be feeling. So you're just gonna lift the hips up, and it doesn't have to be high. You can keep kind of at an angle like this instead of a big arc, but try to wiggle your shoulders into your back, which is gonna help. And then we're just gonna take 2 more breaths, pushing your feet into the floor. Keep pushing those feet down. 1 more breath in. And on your exhale, relax the shoulders, let the hips come back down onto the mat, and just observe the sensations that come up. We're gonna do it 2 more times. So you'll push into your feet, give a little wiggle of your shoulders in so that they're gonna help to lift your heart up, and just think pushing the feet into the floor. Good. 1 more breath in. And then lower the hips down, let the shoulders relax. Take a little break. And then lifting your hips back up. You can give a little shoulder wiggle again if you want. You can hold hands under your back if that feels comfortable to you. Keep pushing the whole foot down, even the big toe edges. Take 1 more breath. And then relax and lower your hips and your shoulders. Let the hands unbind. And stretch your arms out to the sides as you slowly let your knees roll from side to side. And then the next time your knees go over towards the right, just leave them there. You're gonna take your left leg and you're gonna try to extend it out by your right hand. Now it might not get really close, it doesn't need to, it doesn't matter, but this is gonna, again, get into that outer thigh where we get very stiff there. And releasing the hips. Let out 1 more exhale. And you're going to pull the left leg back in, and you're going to bring yourself back to the center and let the legs drop over the left. And now it's your right leg that's the top leg, and it's going to kick out in the direction of your left hand. And 1 more exhale. And come back to the middle. We're going to walk the feet a little wider than the hips again. Let your knees fall against each other and take 1 hand to your belly and 1 hand to your heart. And taking this moment again to observe your breath and your heartbeat. Our yoga practice is not just stretches. I mean, the stretches are great, taking care of the physical body is great, but also taking these moments just to check in and notice the way our energy, our breath, our mood will shift over the course of a practice that's even only 15 minutes long. I don't know, I didn't check the time. Yeah, it's about that. That's about where we've been today. Just taking this moment to pause with your breath. If you want to take a longer breath, you might, or a longer rest. Longer breath always, but maybe a longer rest. You can, if you're ready to start getting up, we're just going to invigorate a little bit more with a happy baby. So if you can't really easily reach your feet, that doesn't matter. Just hold behind your knees. We want to feel this big pelvic opening, hip opening. And then you can release your legs and start to bring yourself up. So there you go. Even if you just have a little bit of time, a little bit is better than nothing. I'm glad you decided to spend a little time with me today, and I'll see you next week.